Hello, my name is Anne, and here at Bede Sixth Form I teach early modern history. So in early modern history, it's a full A-level. What we do with this course, it's a contrast to looking at modern 20th century history. We will do 2 units in the first year, and the first one is looking at the Tudor state, so the Tudor monarchs from Henry VIII through to Elizabeth I. And in the second unit, we have to look at a depth study on a contrasting country. So we look at the development of the Protestant Reformation under Martin Luther in Germany. So for the Unit 1 course that we do on the Tudor state, we will look at several themes to do with the Tudor monarchy, ranging from how the monarchs from Henry to Elizabeth, how they ruled England, and the mechanisms that they used to try to ensure their control, and the rebellion against the monarchy. So things like the revolt of the Northern Earls and the Pilgrimage of Grace, and real attempts to stand up to the monarchy and what happened and why that didn't work. Threats to the monarch's life, for example, threats to Elizabeth and the potential scheme to put Mary Queen of Scots on the throne. So we look at the background to that, and we also look at economic, social and religious change. The Tudor period is a period where politics was linked to personal ambition and religious ideals. So we look at how much was changing through the Tudor age, from Henry to Edward to Mary to Elizabeth. In the second year, you will have 2 areas to get to grips with. One is a piece of coursework, which will very much be an individual piece for you to carry out a historical investigation. And the other paper is called The Witch Craze. Now this actually is the same unit that students who opt for modern history will take. So The Witch Craze is all about the development and the persecution and the labelling of people in society across the UK, parts of America and parts of Europe, going from the end of the Tudor period. So it nicely links to the end of our Unit 1 when we look at Elizabeth, and goes on to the Tudors and into the 1700s, and we look at the reasons why that witch craze developed, how they set out to try to prove and prosecute the witches, and also how it eventually came to an end. So in terms of how we'll learn early modern history, we'll obviously be doing a variety of things, from writing essays, from researching and finding out about our different topics. We'll be looking at source material, particularly with regard to the topic on Luther and the Reformation, and also the witch craze in the second year. And we'll be asking questions about, well, what does this source tell us about the event that we're looking at? What are the impacts and the repercussions? And we'll be discussing and debating. You will do a mix of individual work, of course, but lots of discussion and group work where we can. You'll be asked at certain times to have a go at doing some presentation and also finding out about different topics. So we learn our history in lots of different ways. In terms of assessment, the A-level history is a mix of exam and coursework. It's 80% exam and it's 20% coursework. And the examination sections are essentially essays, and we will be preparing you for that and developing your skills with your essays and your source analysis as we go through the course in the first year and the second year. And you will learn also with the coursework how to recognise and assess historians' point of view, so historians' interpretations on the topic. So you'll be gradually building up your skills. So you need to like writing, but we will, do not worry, we will help you develop those skills as we go. So in History at Bede, we have lively lessons. We are interested in topics obviously within our subject, but also links between, for example, politics and history, and there are links between politics, history and religion and issues like that. We believe in you developing your views and also exchanging and sharing ideas. With history, you can go into a lot of fields. You can obviously carry on and go on to university to do history on its own or with another subject. Equally, it's a really good preparation for going into the fields of finance or banking or obviously into education. So you have lots of opportunities to use your history skills. Even if you don't go into a job that actually uses the history knowledge, you absolutely will be using the skills of analysis and interpretation and assessment that you will develop on a history A-level course. Entry requirements for early modern history. Obviously you need the range of GCSEs across the board in line with college policy. Particularly for history, you need to have achieved at least a grade 5 in English language because it's a written based subject and English helps develop those skills. If you have done GCSE history, as many of you will have done, I would be looking for again a grade 5 and above. To give you the solid skills to move on to the A-level. So you don't have to have done history at GCSE to take it at A-level. You do have to show obviously a real interest in the subject and be willing to take on the skills. Interest is the most important thing. So I hope this has given you a little bit more of an idea about what is involved in the early modern course. I want to wish you the best of luck with your courses and exams coming up in the next few months and look forward to meeting you very, very soon.